Blushda. Blushda. Everyone, welcome back to another Jazz Drummer Q-Tip of the week. My name is Quincy Davis. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by and giving me a shot. I'm so confident you're going to enjoy the lesson that just go ahead and press that like button now, and you're going to want to subscribe because I put out weekly lessons that many drummers have found helpful, and I know you will too. So as you could tell by the title, this lesson is all about metronome practice, right? Awesome metronome practice to make you groove deeper and improve your sense of time and feel. I'm going to show you 9 ways, yes, 9 ways that you can use the metronome to help improve your sense of time, your feel, and make you groove deeper. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure you watch the whole lesson because there's something in it for everybody. And I've split these 9 approaches up into 3 different difficulty levels. The first level is the tricky level. The second level is the hard level. The last level is the damn hard level. And let me explain the difference between the different levels. So the tricky level, we're concentrating on putting the metronome on the beat. The hard level, we're putting the metronome on the off beat, the and, or the last triplet of each beat, okay? And for the last level, the damn hard level, we're going to concentrate on putting the metronome on one of the inner partials. So if we're swinging, we're going to put the metronome on the second triplet of each beat. If we're playing a funk groove or rock groove, we're going to put the metronome on the E or the of each beat. Okay, and I go through all these different approaches, and I should put a disclaimer on this thing. I do not play them perfect. Okay, you're going to hear me screwing up. You're going to hear me, trying to adjust and kind of get back on track. And that's part of the challenge of this thing, right? And that's where you really learn. And ideally, you spend a lot of time, as I said before, on each level, on each step, so that you can relax and get really consistent with where you're putting that pulse, okay? So are you ready? If you're ready, then I'm ready. At least I think I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. All right, so this first approach or this first method of practicing with the metronome is using the metronome on every beat, okay? And if you've never practiced with the metronome, this is where you have to start. Metronome on every beat, and what you're trying to go for is you're trying to aim to line your quarter note, your pulse, up with the metronome. And ideally, you play so perfect that you can't even hear the metronome. And all of these ways and approaches to using the metronome can be applied to other grooves. So I'll put a funk groove, right? Just get comfortable with that metronome and try to make it so that you can't hear it. All right, here we go. Okay, so this next way is just putting the metronome on every other beat. So it's testing you a little bit in your ability to feel that quarter note or the pulse consistently on the offbeats. So in this case, I have the metronome on 2 and 4. Sometimes I even put it on 1 and 3. I know that seems like a faux pas, but either way, putting the metronome on every other beat is definitely going to raise the difficulty level a little bit. And notice I'm not doing anything fancy. And when you're doing this, you got to try to relax. Completely relax. I'm not completely relaxed because I'm talking, so, which is also a good challenge. You should try it. And you can add some comping if you want. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. Okay, so the last approach in the tricky level is to just put the metronome on one of the beats in a measure. So one note or one metronome click per measure. This is going to kick a lot of people's butts. It kicks my butt, as you can hear. It's not perfect. And notice I have the metronome on beat 4, right? But you can put it on any beat that you want. So let's put it on beat 1, 2, 3. I often put the metronome on 2 and 4 or 2 or 4 because that's where the pocket is. But it's important that you can feel that downbeat as well. So this is beat 1. What if we put it on beat 3? So we can go 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So you can manipulate the metronome and put it on different beats. But either way, one note per measure will kick your butt. Hey, are you looking to level up your bebop game? Well, look no further. You got to check out my new ebook of 158 phrases. Yes, 158 bebop phrases that you can check out. You can download along with a bunch of other tools that I've created for just us drummers. Okay, so check that stuff out. The link will be down below. All right, so on to the hard level. As you can hear, I got the metronome on all the upbeats, right? 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Now, a couple things that you have to make sure you're doing. You have to make sure you're really leaning into beat 2 and 4. That's going to help you feel the time and lock into the time. You can also just play quarter notes. I recommend actually that you play just quarter notes. And so the goal is to try to make the metronome swing. The metronome swing? The metronome can swing? Yeah, the metronome can swing. But it depends on you, right? So watch this. 2, 3. So right now it's swinging. But if my time gets off, it's not swinging anymore. Or if I drag, it's not swinging anymore. Now it's straight. But I can also use it for funk, like I said before. So, right? So in this case, I don't want to swing. Right? But the moral of the story is that we manipulate how the metronome feels. So that we're not relying on the metronome for the pulse. We are the pulse, which is what we have to be when we're playing with a band. Everybody should be able to rely on us as opposed to us relying on them for the pulse. So that's why this is a great method, and I use it all the time. All right, so now we're at just 2 metronome clicks per measure, like before, but these are on the offbeats. So, and we can determine which offbeats those are. In this case, What beats are those that the metronome is clicking on? Can you figure that out? It's beats 1 and 3, or the off beats of beats 1 and 3. So I'll count it. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. 1, a 2, 3, a 4. 1, a 2. And it might help you to comp where the click is happening, so you can feel. Right? You can also just play quarter notes. In fact, I recommend this so you can really feel and kind of make sure you're really centering your pulse, but not sacrificing the feel that you're achieving with the metronome. So if you do that, again, we're trying to make the metronome swing with where we're placing the quarter note, right? It's not easy, folks, especially when you're talking. Okay, now we're gonna play it with a different groove. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. Right? Before getting too fancy with any of these grooves, you want to be able to make sure you can lay down just a solid pocket. In this case, with the metronome playing on 1 and 3. Or and of 1 and of 3. So now what if we put it on the and of 2 and of 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Right? Right? And when you're doing this, you don't want to feel locked in. Like, I don't feel locked in necessarily. Like, I can't do anything. And if you feel comfortable adding fills, that means that you're really internalizing the time, and your time is consistent. All right. So now we're at 1 upbeat per measure. And again, that upbeat can be anywhere you want. In this case, it's the and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1. Keep your groove simple. And see if you can add a fill and not get off. There we go. Let's play it with a swing feel. Okay, and let's actually put it on a different beat now. Let's make the metronome the and of 3. The and of 3. So this is where it gets tricky. You got to be able to adjust where you're feeling the pulse. I'll help you out with this one. So, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The way I do it is I just know that if that's the upbeat and or I just say when the metronome goes off, and I know the next beat is beat 4. So, and then it's just a matter of making sure I can find the actual pulse and stay consistent. So again, I'll do it again. 3, 1. See, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes it takes a second. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, let's make the metronome the and of 2. How do we do that? Let's see. Again, we're going to make that and then 3. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we got to swing it. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Let's go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If you're not relaxed when you're doing this, you're not going to be able to execute it and stay consistent. And by the way, you got to do this for long periods of time to really have it affect your playing in a meaningful and successful way. There we go. See, I got to do. It's not easy, folks. And unless you're really concentrating, the chances of you being able to execute this are slim. Concentrate and relax. Okay? Let's put a funk groove. Let's see if we can find it. There we go. A little slow. Once I find it, though, I'm gonna lock in. There we go. There we go. Woo! See, and that's the thing. When you find it, the groove improves. That's why I titled this video the way I did. Because your groove will improve when you work with the metronome. Okay? In this way. All right. Now we're going to the damn hard level. Okay, for this damn hard level, I'm going to first start out with the metronome on the last partial of each beat. We're going to put a funk groove to it first. A 2, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you put it in the pocket, not quite like that. The metronome will start to sound like it's a part of your groove instead of a nuisance, which often it is. And you can put a 16th note groove to it if you want to help you feel the 16th note. All right, so now if we want to swing, and this is why I call it the damn hard level, because we're going to make that metronome the inner triplet, the second partial of each beat. So one la, the la, or triplet, triple, pull, it's the pull, not let, it's the pull. Pull it, triple 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 it, trip. So now I got it. 2, 3, 4. You see how I did that? That's a lesson, or that's good practice in and of itself. And just try to find that pocket. Don't shy away from it. You can incorporate the click into your comping. There it is. If you get off, you got to get right back on. It requires you to listen acutely to everything, to every beat. You can't take any beats off when you're doing this. You have to be really focused on where that metronome is and focus on putting that beat where it needs to be. Okay, for the next level, hard. So here we are, 2 second partials per measure. In this case, 1 la, 2, 1 la, 3, 1 la, 3 la, 1 la, 3 la, right? 1 lolly, 3, sorry. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 lolly, 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 lolly, 1. Told you it was hard. And then once you find it, you should be able to keep it and dance around it. Again, if you're doing it right, then it starts to sound like it's a part of your time and your groove. So if we're going to do this for a funk groove, let's put this on the 1E and of beats 2 and 4. 2, 3, and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3 and 4E and 1E and 2E. 3. Oh, that's so 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4E and 1E and 2E and 3. You see? And just try to find it. Adjust as you need to adjust to make it groove. There we go. All right. Not easy, folks. And then as you get more comfortable, you add to it. Okay. On to the very last one. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if I'm ready. All right, we got one more step, one more way that I'm going to show you. And you know what that is? The metronome is now giving us one inner partial per measure. Ooh, not easy, not easy. So if we're swinging, then that is the inner triplet. 1 la, right? Or pl, pull, triple, pull, right? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Woo! Okay. Now we're going to make the metronome an inner 16th note. So it can either be 1E or 1E and or 2E, either any beat. 2E or 2 3E or 3 or off of beat 4. So let's, in this case, let's put it on let's see. We'll make that the E of beat 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1. So when I add more notes, I rush. See, this is super useful information. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I would do this for a long time until I feel really comfortable. 2, 3, 4. And then change the groove up eventually. Right? So that is the lesson. Aside from practicing with recordings and, of course, practicing with people, this is kind of the next best thing that you can do to really test your sense of pulse and your sense of feel, being able to manipulate the metronome and place it where you want it to place it while not losing the time or the pulse. It's not easy, but it's a great challenge, and it will greatly improve your overall groove, sense of time, and your feel. All right? Have fun with it. Let me know how it goes in the comments down below. And until the next time, practice hard, but practice smart. Peace. Bye-bye.